Greetings, beloveds. A stream of love and light from my heart to yours. Today, the discussion is about aura tuning. You must be wondering what aura tuning is. So let me explain it in this manner. I am sure that you have a vehicle, a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler. You must be regularly sending it for maintenance and service so that it performs without any disruption. Our body is much like a mechanism or a machinery that also needs regular service, apart from the food that we eat and the thoughts that we think and the feelings that we have. So do we give out the same treatment to our bodies the way we treat our vehicles? Mostly not. Now, just like a machinery, the vehicle needs a regular tune-up or a maintenance for optimal functioning, so also our bodies, for it to function at the level of emotions, mind, and spirit, need regular tune-ups. Now, you may have heard about sound bath. Now, what is really the difference between a sound bath and an aura tuning session? They actually both work on the same principles of sound and vibration. One of the main differences being the instruments that we use for aura tuning is different from the instruments that are used in a sound bath. In a sound bath, we use Himalayan bowls, we use the sea drum, we use the storm drum, etc. Whereas in aura tuning, we use tuning forks. Yes, the tuning forks that you may have been familiar with in tuning instruments or using in the physics laboratory. So we have two types of tuning forks. One is the weighted and one is the unweighted. Along with this, we use a striker, which basically helps us to begin the vibration. So the weighted tuning forks can be struck like this and placed on the body itself. And the unweighted ones are used from a distance. It is struck and you can feel the vibration of it. So in a sound bath session, the mind goes into a trance-like state where the vibrations or the mental waves are slowed down to such an extent that you go into an alpha level where you experience deep sleep and extremely deep relaxation and de-stressing. So as I said, the sound bath works at a macro level, whereas a tuning fork works at a micro level. So what does that mean? It is usually done on a one-on-one basis, the tuning fork session. It can be done in a group session as well, but in my experience, I have found that aura tuning works better when it is done one-on-one. So in the aura tuning, with the help of these tuning forks that I just showed you, we comb through the aura of the person. It's literally like running a fine-tooth comb through the aura. So any and everything that gets left behind and that is not accessible to us through other modalities or through a sound bath can actually be addressed with the help of the tuning fork by doing an aura tuning session. Let me explain a little further as to how this really works. In life, we have various experiences that we go through. Some of them are pleasant, some of them are unpleasant, some can be traumatic, etc. Now, all this goes into a memory bank that we have. The memory bank sometimes can turn into pretty toxic memories. And when these are not processed properly and released, they become clumps of energy. It can get carried forward into your future lives. And sometimes what we carry in this life is something which we have inherited, so to speak, through our DNA, through our ancestral bloodline, etc. Now, you must be wondering how that really happens. So as I explained, when we have these experiences, when we have these traumatic or unpleasant experiences, they go and form a clump in our system, in the aura system, and they get lodged there. Over a period of time, it becomes solidified and it begins to manifest as emotional dissonance. So there is discordant energy that is created. So this emotional dissonance can manifest in our lives as lacking of confidence or depression, oppression, can also result in strained relationships, not being able to hold a proper job or having financial issues, etc., etc. Now, when this solid energy becomes even more solid and condensed in the form of those clumps that I was explaining, can even manifest at a physical dissonant level. What do I mean by that? The physical dissonance appears in the form of diseases and ailments. Diseases could range from diabetes, autoimmune conditions, Alzheimer's, cancer, and you can name it. The list goes on and on. So essentially, every ailment, disease, or dysfunction that we have in our body or mind is basically because of some dissonant or discordant energy that has not been processed well. Well, the good news is that aura tuning really helps in that case. So if I'm going to work with somebody who wants an aura tuning, then I would say use an unweighted fork. This is 136.1, which is the frequency of Om, the Om vibration. So I strike on that and I feel the vibration of it and comb through the aura of the person. Literally. It could start from anything from 6 feet away from the body till about a couple of inches away from the body. So when we comb through the auric field, we will find some areas that could be slightly discordant. I would be able to pick it up, and we can literally lift that, pick up that clump of energy and throw it out of the system. That's one of the ways of doing it. What I prefer to do is, if I've come across that clump of energy which is dissonant, I allow this tuning fork to penetrate its vibrations into that clump and allow it to gently dissipate. So it may take a couple of minutes, it may take a couple of sessions, depending on how deeply it is lodged and how deeply dissonant that energy is. And eventually, there will be a void created there, and in that void, we allow divine frequency of energies of healing to come in. There have been instances in the past where the person that I was healing has had issues being carried in his auric field due to ancestral issues not settled from the patriarchal side. And something as fine as that, information like that, is held in the auric field, and that's how the aura tuning works. So we will be able to clear that block and allow fresh energy to flow in. So whatever dissonance or discord the person is experiencing in his or her life can actually be smoothed out, and you have a perfectly functioning, well-tuned auric field and therefore the chakra system, and therefore bring about happiness, health, and joy in your life. So you may have more questions, so please feel free to write in to us, and look out for more such videos where we shall be doing certain tune-up sessions. Thank you for watching a stream of love and light from my heart to yours.